We are reading Shwetashwatara Upanishad. We are in chapter 6. We'll start today reading verse number 11. So we have, the last day we have read that this whole creation has come out, it has come out from that one reality. And that reality is, we have heard, there is no cause of him. There is no one in the world who is this master of this creation, nor has anybody to control that Brahman from which it has come. There is no sign by which it can be inferred, that you can indicate this way, this is this, this is this. There is no such referral which you can compare. Compare means two will be there to refer what is not what. It is like this, it is not like this. But there is no two, therefore, is indicating the absolute nature of Brahman. And it is not, there is no controller behind, because when you say the creation, there is a creator. Then who is the creator of this creation? We go back, a circle of what you call the inconclusive argument goes on causality. But what is the ultimate cause? They call ultimate cause is inexpressible, that is called Brahman. Oh, yeah, inexpressible Brahman? What is the cause of that? But you cannot raise this question. There is no cause behind that absolute cause. There is no one to control that. Creation means creator, and creator controls the creation. But there is nobody to control that reality, that absolute Brahman. So this is giving a hint. And you cannot indicate also what is that, whatever language, whatever words we use, language becomes useless. Aprapta manasahasa. It says the truth, what is the reality. If we want to describe that you cannot go. Your words go and rebounds back, failing to express or explain what is that reality. So, he is the cause of all cause, he is the ruler of the individual souls and the cosmic reality. So, he is the, you call he, again is a big problem, he. You call she, that's a big problem, can you say, not say, no gender in it. It, that's also neuter gender, it cannot be. So, you cannot say anything. Now, what is the nature of it? Silence. Don't say anything. That's why Buddha didn't say about anything about God. He said, is there God? He said, did I say so? Is there no God? Did I say so? That was his response. That means it cannot be defined. Whenever you define anything that becomes limited, that is not that you are searching for. You are searching for the absolute. Absolute cannot be defined. If you define any way you think, then you are mistaken. You are in the same, what you call the circle of ignorance, circle of ignorance. So he is the cause of all, and the ruler and the individual soul. He has no parent, and nor is there anyone who is his Lord. So, and then they give them, then why, how it comes? If there is no cause and there is nothing to inspire, nothing to, how it comes out? You see, that's the greatest example, is a spider. In the available example before us is the spider. Spider creates the spider big net out of his own joy. Where did it get the net, material of the net? It is the spider itself. Who is the engineer to create that? Spider itself. This is the difference between ordinary creation and this God's creation. God, how he creates himself. He manifests himself in so many ways. We always say, Brahman manifests as the world. No? Brahman manifests. The spider manifests the net. He's the creator of the net, devourer of the net. And creating this, he also enjoys the net. It sits on the net. To create anything, as we always discuss, two things are necessary. One is called the material cause, another called the instrumental cause. Material cause and instrument. And Karan, two causes. That means one is the matter. This table, this is the matter. Table, wood is the matter. Nail is the matter. Glue is the matter. So these are necessary to create this. This table has been created. Anything created means there is a creator, some intelligent person or intelligent skill is there behind. And there is some material cause. So material cause and instrumental cause. So in this case, both are the spider. See the example to understand the unity, how this diversity is apparently visible, but still it is one. Spider does not look like that spider net, does it? It's so different. But spider is the cause of this net. Material matter came from his body, its body. And the design planning also came from the mind of the spider. So from one absolute, this diversity has come like that. There's just a sages were very much absorbed in their meditation and observe the nature very much, and that example we give. That's why just to may the supreme being who spontaneously covers himself with the products of nature, just as a spider does with the threads drawn from its own navel. Let that be the divine Lord give us absorption so that we can go back to our own self. Now we are reading the next verse, 11th verse. That God, Eko Devaha, Eko Devaha, Sarvabhuteshu Gudha, Sarvabhuteshu Gudha, Sarvabhyapi, Sarvabhyapi, Sarvabhutantaratma, Sarvabhutantaratma, Karmadhyaksha, Karmadhyaksha, Sarvabhutadivasa, Sarvabhutadivasa, Shakshi Cheta, Shakshi Cheta, Kevalo, Kevalo, Nirgunascha, Nirgunascha. Now, which cannot be described, the Rishi, the sage of this Shwetashwatara Upanishad, is trying to still express as she has experienced, so that we can get a glimpse of that reality. So it says Eka, that is the only one. Again, again, and then that reality which you are searching for, which is the goal of our life, and attainment of which will release us from all dualities and ignorance and suffering and pain and pleasure, whatever cycle of all these births and deaths. That is Ekaha. And it is Devaha, that is effulgent. God, you can say capital G, or you can say the effulgent self. And Sarva Bhuteshu Gudha. Gudha means embedded. Embedded in the Sarva Bhuteshu. In the Bhuta means created being. In every name and form, it is embedded. That means that consciousness is permeated everywhere. Ekaha, that one absolute, that effulgent self, or the Lord God, which normally speak in dualistic language, that is Gudha, is hidden. And it is not only hidden, but it cannot be found out. That's why you see, I am seeing you, I don't see the divine. I see the external feature, your personality, your body, mind, or when you talk, we get your intelligence, understanding. But we do not know what is the prompting force behind our intelligence. What is the prompting energy? Is seeing, the eyes are seeing, ears are hearing, all the senses are functioning, entire body is in action. Who is the ground of all this energy and expression? We do not know. He says, It is Sarvabhyapi because it is that reality permeates everywhere. There is no question of good or bad, holy or unholy. It is one reality permeates every created existence. That's why when we do the worship of dualistic worship of puja, or called puja or worship, Mother Durga Puja, you'll be surprised that in this puja you need the all auspicious things, bringing from Himalayas, going to the Holy Ganga, and this river, that river, and then also you need the dust from the door of a prostitute. That is to be worshipped, equal. Because God equally permeates, Mother permeates everywhere, in good and bad. From our perspective, good and bad, because we live in the duality. But to transcend the duality, it is all play of the same reality. So, Sarvabhyapi is all pervading. And not only that, it is permeating everything, every creation being. Permeating means it is like a thread permeates the cloth. What is cloth? Cloth is nothing but thread. It is both sides, it is interspersed with only thread. We call it shart. Shart is nothing. Plant is nothing. Or whatever dress we are wearing, it is nothing. Cloth is only interspersed thread. Threading. There is nothing. So in this whole universe, though you see in different name and form, it is only interspersed with that one reality, that is Brahman. So Sarvabhyapi, Sarvabhutantaratma. Not only that, it has permeated everything, but it is the inmost reality of every Sarvabhuta, means all created being. Antaratma, the inmost reality of all this, is called inner self of all creatures. And that reality does not do anything but controls. Sun does not do anything but controls everyone. So the consciousness inside us, karma dhaksha. Dhaksha means the ruler or presiding person. It's called the president, is the ruler. So karma adhaksha. Adhaksha means this is the controller or president or presiding force of all karma. Who dictates? That's why Kena Upanishad says, Kau Devo Junakti. Who is sitting behind your eyes? Kena Ishitang Preshitang Patati Manaha. Who is in you? Hiding where? He's forcing your all mind to run in the outside world. Your eyes to see the outside world. Ears to hear. What is that? Who is in you? What is that? Who is prompting that power? That is called the karma daksha. He is presiding over all our actions. I think I am doing. That's why here comes the Vedantic spirituality with devotional parallelism. That is when karma daksha, he is the doer, not you. We say, I do. Bhakti school says, Ami jantro, tumi jantri. Ami ghar, tumi gharani. I am the instrument, you are the machinist. I am the house, you are the owner of the house. Jamon korao, as you make me do, I do that. Ram Prasad sang that song. Ramakrishna used to sing it so much, so many times. That is karma dhaksha. You thinking wrongly that you are doing everything. Ramakrishna said in another language that a leaf does not move without the will of God. That's the karma dhaksha. It's contradictory. He is one absolute. Again, he creates this universe and he is the prompter of all. He is controlling everything. My senses, eyes. That's why Duryodhana he is an intelligent man. He read this Upanishads, Gita, everything. But he utilizes in the wrong place. So he says, Oh Krishna, what shall I do? Janami dharmam. I know what is called dharma, what is auspicious, what is to be done. I know that. Janami adharmam. I know what is not to be done. I should not do that. Huh? Janami dharmam, janami adharmam, nachame pravitti. I don't want to withdraw myself from what is not to be done. And I don't feel attraction for doing what is to be done, which is righteous. What is my fault, Lord? You are to be blamed. You guys, you are sitting in my heart. Jatha nijuktasmi. As you are engaging me, as you are forcing my mind to move, I am helpless. What can I do, sir? So not my fault. Don't give me. I'm not a bad guy. But it is you. You have created. You are guiding my mind. I am trying. I know it is bad, but I want to resist, but I cannot. And I think that it is good. I will do it, but there is no tendency and earnestness in my heart. But I am not to be blamed. Toya Rishi Kesha. Oh Rishika Isha. Oh Isha. Isha means the master. Rishika means the senses. Oh, the master of the senses. You are the controller. Toya Rishi. Jatha nijuktasmi. As you engage me to do, I am doing. Ultimately, that's this beautiful word, karma daksha. He is not telling me, hey, do, go this way. But actually, it is Lord God who is the guiding force behind our mind, behind our all understanding and intellect. Karma daksha. Sarva bhuta odhivasa is the home. Odhivasa means the residence. Is the residence or homes of all beings. That means we are all staying in his home, or we are all established in the reality of Brahman. All the waves and ripples, just think of the infinite number of waves and ripples on the Pacific Ocean is resting on what? On the ocean. That is the unchanging. So little part of it has become the world, but the entire creation is standing supported by the foundation, or the support of it is that ocean. So he is the home of all beings. Shakshi, he is the Shakshi, witness. All the things happening in our life, whether you are an ignorant person, whether an intelligent person, whether a spiritual person, non spiritual person, someone is observing in me and everyone, someone is called the Sakshi. And Sakshi, witness. He observes everything. That's why we feel doing something wrong or right. Afterwards, we understand that we feel guilt or we feel happy. Somebody observed, otherwise, how we are feeling that. Future feeling is impossible unless someone has observed all the actions done, good or bad. So think God as Sakshi in you is witnessing everything. We call witness consciousness. That's why next word is Cheta. He is the conscious entity. It is not only witness, the dull witness. No, he's active. It's called the consciousness itself. Witness consciousness, we use the word two together. Sakshi, witness consciousness. Here he said Sakshi Cheta. It is Kevala. It is only and only and only. There is nothing but that consciousness and reality. And it is Nirguna. It is beyond all qualities, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, or all descriptions. It is beyond that. So, what they're trying in this way, as if God in the Saguna and Nirguna, both aspects he's projecting here. Eka is one without a second, absolute one. Devaha. These are beautiful verses for meditation. We think that we cannot meditate sometimes, no? Our mind does not go into the thinking of the form. But we can think this way. Just take this verse and just write down in your note. Eko. Think of the Ekaha, that absolute one. Go. Melt all the diversities. There's only one. People can spend hours together in this type of meditation. Ekaha. You are tired with thinking of oneness. Now think Deva, Devaha. It is of the nature of effulgence. Think of the brilliance of the sun and the sweetness of the moon, just soothing, beautiful, all effulgent light and light and light and light, Deva. And think then, human being, all created beings, trees, plants, things, insects, etc. This Sarvo Bhuteshu Gura is embedded in everyone. He's hiding himself. He's hiding. Just to think that that consciousness, that reality, we call in sweet name Ramakrishna, hiding in the heart of all. Holy Mother, hiding in the heart. Or you say Christ, or you say Buddha, whatever is your object of think that that reality, concretize, hiding, not it's a great skill to hide. That's why Swami Sri Ramakrishna something. It is the hide and seek play. God is playing hide and seek play. He wants to appear, but at the same time trying to keep away from our vision. That's the hide and seek. Sarva Bhutis. Then think Sarva Vyapi. Let the mind move. It is expanding in any direction. As much as mind will be tired, mind will be dead. It can go up to a certain distance. Go to the next star mentally. Go to the next star. Go billions, billions, trillions of stars and galaxies. Just it is when a thought limitless. So you can expand yourself. The truth reality is Sarvabhyapi. And it is Sarvabhuta Antaratma. It is the indweller, controller of the Sarva, master of all actions. And Sarvabhuta is the support of all created beings. He is a witness consciousness. Witness is a conscious entity. He is the only reality which is beyond all the gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, or anything comes in the mind is beyond that. That is the meditation of the infinite or absolute. This because they experienced it and they're saying. Suppose someone is in deep samadhi coming down and saying this verse. Eko, one, no two, absolutely one. Deva, that light effulgent, Sarvabhuteshu Buddha, embedded in all these apparently created beings, and Sarvabhyapi, all pervaded everywhere. Sarvabhutantaratma, Antaratma, indweller, inmost reality of all created beings, good, bad, master of all actions. He is the Udhivasa, substratum of all reality. He is the witness of all things, what is happening in us. And Cheta, he is the only pure consciousness. He is the only single, only one. And Nirguna is free from the three gunas. So this is it. Gunas means the three gunas, constituents or dispositions of nature are Sattika, which brings purity and harmony, Rajas, which brings passion and activity, and Tamas, which that brings dullness and inertia. Okay, so this is the verse number 11. Let us see how other books talk about the same verse. While presenting once again in the next two verses which you are reading, Shankara says, while presenting once again in these next two verses, 11th verse I am reading now, 12th I will read now, and now after finishing this. So while presenting once again in the next two verses, that very entity, like Mayuravalan on one's palm, the text reveals that the supreme human goal can be attained by realizing it alone and from nothing else. How? So 11 verse says, the same divine entity, deity, effulgent by nature, remains hidden in all beings and is all pervasive and the indwelling self of all beings. He is the supervisor of all actions, lives in all beings, He is the witness. He is the bestower of intelligence, the absolute, and devoid of the three qualities. Ekaha means the same, non-dual, one without a second. Devaha means deity or effulgent. It is Sankara. Sankara has translated this way. This is a translation of Sankara's commentary. Ekaham is the same or non-dual. Devaham is the deity or the effulgent by nature, remains Gudha or hidden, Sarva Bhutasu in all living beings. And the Sarva Vyapi means all pervasive. And Sarva Bhuta Antaratma means the indwelling self of all beings, that is their own reality. He is the Karma Daksha, the supervisor of all actions, the controller of the diverse kinds of actions done by the creatures. That's why it is said that really I don't do anything. It is that story goes that Brahmin killed a cow and then the god of death came. Hey, you killed the cow, so you're punished. Come to hell. He said, no, 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 I didn't do anything. My hand did it. So don't blame me. I'm not the doer. The Lord of the hand will go catch you. Lord of the hand is who? It's called God Indra. God Indra. The poor God Indra was in his heaven, and this death Jama entered there and said, hey, let us go. You are punished to the hell. Well, what? What did I do? Well, you did that killing of the cow. Well, did I do? Okay. Then he came to the garden and he was seeing the beautiful rose and dahlia and beautiful flowers all grown. That Indra came and in a disguise of a appreciator gentleman, he said, wow, this beautiful dahlia, who have prepared it? Then that person, gardener said, yeah, I did it, I brought it from such and such place, I planted it, I watered it, and this fertilizer, this, it is not a matter of joke. They say, wow, 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 what is this beautiful, fragrant roses? I never saw in my life. And I said, oh, I have to work hard and I meditated. And always praising all the good things he has done. Then Indra took his divine form and appeared. You rascal, all good things you did, your hand did. But when the killing came, your hand did, it is I did, no? Get your punishment. so actually, but actually, if we think in the ultimate sense, when our ego really won't collapse, then everything is done by God, nothing by us. But I do everywhere where my ego still acting, and ego has its way. Maybe sattvika ego, humble, humility, dedication, sacrifice, dedicated to God. I don't do anything, oh Lord, it is yours. Rajasa, I did, ego. Tamasic, much assertion, and even claiming what he is not capable. He takes credits of others' credit, like your researches. It happens sometimes. Not everyone does that, but researchers do. And they put in their name. That's why what you call copyright issue is there. But that all will go away if the ego goes away. So really, that's why it is karma, daksha, the witness, the supervisor of all actions, is the controller of diverse kinds of action done by the creature. Sarva bhuto divaso lives in all beings, is the witness capital of all creatures. That means the seer, the Smriti Shastra says that the word Shakshi is used for indicating direct seer. Cheta, the bestower of intelligence. Kevala, the absolute unconditioned. And Nirguna, devoid of the qualities, sattva quality, rajas, or tamas. Okay, so this is the Shankara's statement, nothing new. What we have read, exactly same. Now, this is the most popular translation is Swami Lokeshwara, who talks to our level. May not be very uh, exactly based on Sanskrit as Shankara says, but to make us understand, he uses this metaphor. So he says, he is one without a second, yet he is hidden in every being. He is all pervasive, the capital S, the self of all. He gives to all beings the results of their actions and is the support of all, is the bestower of consciousness without attributes and unconditioned. Ekaha Devaha means the Lord who is one without a second. This is how Brahman has been referred to again and again in this Upanishad. The word Devaha also means luminous. Brahman is one without a second and also self-luminous. This is why he is called Ekaha Devaha. Yeah, this is one part. Mane, to, to see something, you need some another light. But to the God, Lord, who is Brahman, what is another light for him? There is no another light. It is his own light, self-luminosity. So that Brahman is self-luminous. That is the important point. Gura means hidden. Brahman is often described as being hidden within the cave of the heart, Hridaya Guha. He is hidden in all beings, Sarva Bhutesu. That is why Swami Vivekananda would say, God the wicked, God the poor, and God the miserable. God is not just in the good, He is in the bad, but maybe more manifest in good. For instance, if the water in a lake is calm and clean, you can very easily see what is underneath the surface. But if the water is disturbed or dirty, you cannot see anything below the surface. In the same way, you can see Brahman more clearly in a person who is good than in one who is bad. Brahman is Sarva Bhutantaratma, the most inmost being, the essence of all. Sri Ramakrishna once said, no jivedaya, not jivedaya, compassion to living beings, but Shiva Gyane Jiva Sheva, service to the living being as God. When you say daya, compassion, it implies that you are superior and you have some sympathy for those who are beneath you. But when you serve other beings as God, it means that you are lower and you are working for them in a spirit of worship. That is a very beautiful idea. Whenever you say compassion, that means you think you are superior and you are having kind to those who are not having the same opportunity. But when you serve others being as God, then you humble because you are serving God. You are lower and you are working for them. Why? In spirit of worship for your own salvation. My salvation depends on my service, and if that service is accepted by the person whom I am giving. It's a total different view. The same work, attitude changes. One is, I am fortunate to serve you. Sometimes it says that you give everything to God. God does not take everything unless it is given with full heart and soul. So similarly, I am giving something. I am privileged to give because it is helping me to liberate myself from ignorance. So it's a blessing for me. Not that I am proud that I have given you some few dollars or few kind of help, but it is I am fortunate that you give me the opportunity to serve. So a totally very high, lofty philosophy. It is not enough to see others as equal. Swami Vivekananda said again and again, that our attitude towards other people should be that of reverence. Swamiji felt that somehow or other we had drifted away from the tradition of treating everyone with respect and with humility. The idea is that we should see Brahman in all beings. Now he is explaining Sarva Vyapi, all pervasive. Sarva means all, Vyaptu means is pervaded. So all pervasive, all embracing. Brahman is everywhere. Once at Jairambati, someone threw aside a broomstick after using it to clean the floor. Sri Sarada Devi, the Holy Mother, saw it and told the person to put the broomstick back properly in its place. She said, "You must give respect to everything. Brahman dwells even in the broomstick." It's a grand idea, no? We do something, no? Our work is done, we throw away uh, in appropriate place. No, it has its own dignity, respect. Karmadhaksha means we do many things. We enjoy the fruits of our actions. Now, who gives us the fruits of our action? Brahman is the Vidhata. Vidhata means the dispenser of the fruits of action. If we work, we expect some wages. Brahman is the one who gives us those wages. That means he is the controller, Adhyaksha of my all actions. Shakshi, again, I have talked about. Shakshi, the witness. Brahman makes things happen merely by its presence. Yet it is a witness to everything that goes on the world. Sakshi idea is, as I said, the great example, sun example is very good. Sun does not say anything, but she is actually, sun is controlling all lives, human, subhuman, ants, plants, life, no? Flower is blooming, uh, the trees are chirping, they go to sleep, come out of the sleep, we go to bed, we get into action, we move, we try. Every moment is guided by the sun, but he is not controlling, directly telling us anything. That is the type of control God does. As the sun does, oh, 8:20, I have to do this, I forgot. No? 8:20. It is what is 8:20? In the sun's movement, we have divided the day and we have said that is 8:20. 8:30, I have to do that. 8:30 will come, but sun is not saying anything to me or you. He is dictating every movement of our life. When he shall sleep, when he shall, that is the control. God controls the whole cosmos, like by the presence. It's very difficult to understand how one can control without not dictating anything, punishing anything. That's why duality brings punishment idea. Oh, he's holding a rod. And Judeo-Christian idea. Hey, if you don't do, you get a hammer. The rod is handy. Or, but that not we don't need that. It is the gross example is God is doing everything and controlling us everything. I foolishly think I did this in 8:10. I did that. I worked up to 10 o'clock. You worked up to 10 o'clock. Who dictated it? Why 10? And how it is done? All by one son, not telling anything, just by the presence, and the world is working. If this material example can satisfy our understanding, why not the cosmic plane, the conscious entity, he is there, and by his command, everything is done. Upanishad says that. What is the verses? I forgot now. Anyhow, so the Brahman makes things happen merely by its presence only, yet it is a witness to everything and goes on in the world. The sun does not do anything, is a witness as if observing all of us and controlling everything. Our work, our breathing, our sleeping, our waking, our bathing, our driving, everything is controlled by sun. But he does not say anything, only witness. Everything is observed by the witness. The happenings, good and that goes on the world, the happenings, good or bad, do not affect it. For instance, the sun gives light to both good and bad equally, but these things do not get affected by the sun. These do not affect the sun. The same is the case with Brahman so far as the world is concerned. Nacheta, bestower of consciousness. What is the real nature of Brahman? It is difficult to say anything specific about Brahman. Whatever you say will be wrong or will fall short of it. The only thing you can say with some degree of accuracy is that it is pure consciousness. And it is from Brahman that others derive their consciousness. It is like a lamp lighting other lamp. It is difficult to translate the word Kevalaha into another language. The word literature means only. Word. The word literally means only. It is only because it is unique, one without a second. It is only because there is no way of describing it. It is what it is. It is no attributes. And it is nirguna. Usually we identify an object by the specific quality. Anything describing in the world, we need a quality. Oh, he's good, he's bright, he's brilliant, he's light, he's thin, he's heavy. The description needs some qualifying some, but for God you cannot put anything. We say it is good or bad, black or white, tall or short, and so on. But Brahman cannot be identified that way. Brahman is Brahman. The word guna means quality. All gunas are derived from three primary gunas. These three gunas are sattva, rajas, and tamas. These three gunas come from prakriti, which is another name of Maya. So it has come from that reality, but this Brahman cannot be described by that. So, we'll have any question on this, then we can end here and spend the time for question answer. It's very deep. In the Upanishad, is the cream of experiences. But these verses are among them, there are some jewel that is such a, it resonates in the heart, no? It can, you do few days thinking, deep thinking, sravana. What we did, it is called listening. We are listening what Upanishad says. Now it is our responsibility to manana, to reflect on this. Each word, take the word, rationally understand, intellectually understand, and how can we go to the depth of that one word? Like Eka. What is Eka? One. What is one? Go on bringing your all logic and understanding how this diverse universe is permeated by one. How that one space permeates everywhere. Is it not one? Space is not two. So if space can be there, space can be permeated everywhere, where there is, we call the gravitation zone finishes and another place of no gravitation, no? That zone. There is space. Go to galaxies, there is space. One galaxy to the other galaxy, there is space. And space is not polluted, is not diluted. Think in that way, expand your thinking. As much intelligence God has given us, let us work on that and that and that and that. And that's manana. This is called three sadhanas for Vedanta student. Sravana, this type of study, listening, studying, reading the books and understanding. This is a gross Sravana. Now it all goes to the mental level, manana, just to reflect on all the expressions they have given and to try to understand what is that, what is. You will reach the same destination. One unique thought of the Vedanta is that because it is one, wherever you start, you go back to one. Karma Adhaksha, he is the controller of all actions. Go back, go back. We do work. Who is my master? Who dictates me? My mind dictates me. Whoever the mind dictates, he gets dictation from whose order? My intelligence says, hey, do this. My intelligence comes where? There is a ego. I shall do this. I have to do this. And why I? Well, in incompleteness. Why you are incomplete? Because I am limited. Why are you limited? You are unlimited. Then think, oh, 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 being limited, I am going through this suffering. Being unlimited, my nature is pure. So now go on working on that. That's called manana. And then manana will be deepened into called nididhasana in the Sanskrit term. Is a deep contemplation on the topic. Then all these vagaries of the mind will stop. All this thinking, this, that, rational thinking, this, that will go. And then we'll see the effulgent light, one, witness, consciousness, blessedness, guiding everything. The whole universe is controlled by that reality. That will come ultimately. That's why I call Vedanta has no other sadhana. Sadhana means spiritual practice. No, it's only to reflect, only to sit, contemplate, reflect deeply. That's why we cannot do that. It's very high level of range of thinking without the foundation. That foundation is necessary that we should practice prayer, devotional prayer, mantra japa, all this, whatever that purifies the mind and helps the mind to grab this higher truth, which is really sometimes impossible to grab at all, intellectually even. So, therefore, to purify the mind, our selfless work, service to others, doing good to others, not with expectation, all this philosophy help us to purify the heart, purify the mind. So without that, those who do practice Vedanta, it will be like that Brahmin killing the cow. He has full consciousness that he has done it. But to escape, he is bringing a philosophy of Vedanta. So that does not help anyone. Rather, to be spiritual, this is the only path. Two, we have to contemplate again and again and again and again and again. Lifelong, it is it's an just effort, endless effort. Of course, this effort has a reward also because it cleans the mind and then we become little free in the world. We get so much entangled into the world. It takes away our whole energy. Then sometimes we feel we are so free. I am at the same time entangled because I am thinking this way. I am free because I think the other way. So I am no karma. It is karma daksha. He is the Lord God of the all action, and he is making me do. Okay, let me do. Hands off. I enjoy. So this is the great practice Vedanta gives us, the freedom, being in the life and giving, bringing liberation and total detachment and joy. It is not nothing losing. We gain every bit, every moment we think about our divine nature. What we read this 11th verse of the chapter 6. Yeah, and like that, next is also beautiful. 6:12. We will not touch it only for 5-6 minutes. So, but I would suggest that this verse can be memorized and just sitting anytime. Just memorization gives the benefit that you don't need the book. Our sadhus in our early days we have seen they have to do so many work, but they used to memorize the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is memorized. Then what the benefit when they were first asked to do, it was torture. Because you know Sanskrit, as you all feel. We are not born with that tongue or things. And to memorize them is also difficult. And because you memorize 2 words, next day you do another 2. By that time, the old 2 are you forget. But you have to remember the whole chapter, 1 chapter, 2 chapter. So some of our sadhus afterwards is so benefited. They're going for work. They start from Belur Mott. Normally we go by bus. Bus service is there to Calcutta. To maybe half an hour journey. And then another change of bus, another something. But by that time, people are shouting, howling, pushing each other because they know limited number of bus, so many people. Not like bus here, empty, entire bus is going on empty, with one passenger in there. And now, when they're pushing, pulling, no, you are hanging, you're holding your hand in the bar, going like that. And then by that time you reach the Howrah station, Howrah bridge. That's what 2 chapters he has mentioned, and he's living in his. Now, when you memorize it, benefit comes, then you can contemplate on the meaning, focus. Because you don't have to think of see the verse at all, because it is in your mind. And then suppose, Eko Deva, Eka Deva, it is my memorization, then when I say Eka, I can contemplate on Eka. I can Deva, the effulgent, the deity, the divine. We can think on that. So that way, it is what a benefit they got. They used to say that, oh, I now understand the benefit of doing that. And that time it was very hard and difficult. But by going to my work, it is no work. I am not there. I am in Gita. I am totally immersed into the thought of the Bhagavad Gita, as you do in a meditation chamber, as we are doing here. Yeah? So what? It can be made practical. In practical life, it can be applied, and you'll free. You are not doing any work there. Though it is so much tussle is going on, standing all the time, hanging on the rod, and too many people pushing you this way, that way. But if your mind is not there, you are living in a divine realm. So that is the benefit of all this. Even it cannot remember, but to read it again and again. And this small book is good, one word for word meaning. Don't go to much commentaries and explanations. Better to understand the root thing, very fundamental thing, fundamental, simple way, so that we can contemplate on all these thoughts. Okay, so any question? So good. So what was the question in the other question, other class? She is not here probably, no?
She asked, does the
No,
time...
person is here. She's here. No.
She said she'll text you.
That's okay. We'll later come her question.
And someone is asking how to silence the mind for in meditation.
How to silence the mind?
Mind in meditation.
In meditation. How to silence the mind in Raja Yoga is talking us. And simplistic way, Abhyasam. Mind is restless, we know. Everyone's mind is restless. How to make it? Patanjali says, do little breathing exercise. The mind will come down. Then handle the mind. Mind is going. You say, mind, I am going for meditation now. Don't bring thoughts and ripples in my mind now. Mind means jumping. Like a monkey, one thought, another thought, another thought, another thought. How many thoughts we think in per minute?
Yeah.
And normally, what does Google say? How many, really, per minute, we think how many hundreds of thoughts? 1,000, I do not know. That is the condition of our mind. And because of this jumping of the mind cannot focus. And the power and potential power of mind we do not understand. So that is quietening the mind is the whole philosophy of Raja Yoga. Tada drashtu sarvya avasthanam. First verse of this Yoga Sutra says, Athato, I will now describe what is called Yoga. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Second verse says, chitta, my mind, is ripple, vritti means the jumping of the vritti, Nirodha means calming down. Calming down of the jumping mind, that is called the yoga. And that is the whole purpose. And when it becomes perfect, it says, then tada, at that blessed moment, tada drashtuhu, the witness who is witnessing in us, it goes back to its real consciousness. Sarupe, in its own sarupo. It goes back and stays back in its own divine self. That means when the mind becomes calm, then your purpose of spiritual life is finished. But that is a long practice because it is mind is it is the nature of the mind to do like that. And how to make the mind cool? You have to give some poetic thought, some lovely thought. You know, when you see a movie, watch a movie of your liking, huh? No one needs to ask you, hey, are you concentrating? You don't have to be directed to concentrate because you love it and you find joy. Mind finds little likingness, and mind will be glued to it. We say it's such that you call him and he is not responsive. Means he's not there. He's in the glued in the movie. So if I love something, then meditation becomes easy, concentration becomes easy, quietening of the mind is easy. But if it is not, but our subject is not concentrating on any material object, that will give temporary calmness. Any material thing, if your mind is quiet and focused, the scientists, they get great joy. The music world, when they get into the music, they get tuned into the another level. Mind is quieting down into the note and tune and lyrics of those things. No? But that is not giving perfect bliss. But if it is quieting down, focusing on God, this consciousness which he talked about, one, absolute, non-dual, who is the controller and sustainer of everything, that one reality, we can focus on there, then minds, the vagaries of the mind, the jumping of the mind will automatically come down. And if we find joy inside, we must have to find joy. Mind, you cannot leave mind vacant and say, dictate mind, come here. No. Mind, if you can give a touch of joy, mind will be a slave, mind will run. That's why our Swami Shraddhananda Maharaj used to come here from Sacramento. He was the head of that center. He said that he was the assistant and secretary to our president Maharaj, Swami Birajananda. So he used to say that then he did not meditate. Swami Virajananda, he was not making an effort to meditate. But meditation was meditating upon him. Meaning, he's so absorbed and he has practiced so much and he has attained such fulfillment. When he thinks of God, his mind goes so much deep inside that it's better to call him out is difficult. Our mind does not go there. But because of his long practice, he has attained to that connection inside, or he has realized that truth, that when he goes into it, it gets lost into it. We have to, Thakur is extreme example, Ramakrishna is the extreme example. We are not bringing that, we are bringing next generation holy people of our order who have accomplished it. That is the absorption. So how it will come? We'll have to go, pray, tear. Little tears are necessary. And we are very cruel. We have no tears in our eyes for God. And maybe for something in the mundane world, it bothers us, we cry. But for God to cry is very difficult. Ramakrishna used to say, no, who cries for God? Uh, people people shed jar full of tears for any material something loss or something. Who cries for God? And That purity comes by praying, weeping, crying. Best thing is the service, selfless service. Doing only thinking I'm serving God, serving God. It purifies the mind quickest because we all are involved in action. So action, what type of action is creating bondage, and another type of action is releasing us from bondage. So this is the karma. Nishkama karma is the one way. Prayer and real genuine prayer, singing some bhajan, earnest prayer. I please purify my heart, O Lord, O Lord. All these things will help, and meditation and repeated practice. That will be the eternal suggestion all the time. Yeah, all our scriptures has given. Puno puno bhas, repeated practice. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Panamastu. So tomorrow is our gospel class, and our Matri Prana will be giving the class tomorrow. So come, because we have some board meeting and other things, and others are not able. And she's very shy, but she'll have to do it tomorrow. Okay, Jai Ma.